What's up, Facebook? Rob here, going live from Houston, Texas, and I'm coming into the home stretch. I will be home in about 11 days, I think. We've got about 3 more days here in Houston, and then going to Key West for a week. I actually have a hotel that I do some social media marketing for there. It's a client of mine. I'm able to go for a week and stay for free and take some pictures while I'm there, kind of make like a little working vacation. So very excited about that. But I wanted to catch everybody up, do a quick vlog, and talk about some things that are happening in my life and some things that are on my heart. So I had an interview last night. I did a podcast, Kowalski Analysis is what I'm calling it, and it was with a guy named Tony Ingracia, and he was from Power of Purity. And I had asked him what his favorite verse was last night, and he said I have several, but one of them is Psalm 131, 1 and 2, and he read it to me, and I want to read it to you guys now. And it says, "My heart is not proud, my eyes are not haughty. I do not concern myself with great matters or things too wonderful for me, but I have calmed and quieted my soul like a weaned child with its mother. Like a weaned child, I am content." And I was like, that was the same verse that was in my daily light yesterday. It was like, there's about 5 to 7 verses in daily light every day. And that was the verse that was in daily light. And I'm like, man, that's weird. How coincidental is that? And he's like, well, I told him it. And he said, I think God's trying to tell you something. So this morning when I was doing my quiet time, I was really thinking about that verse. And I was wondering what it meant, what God was trying to say to me through it. And to be honest, like I've been going through this. There was not that long ago, like a week and a half ago, I told Nicole, I said, I've been feeling, I go through these intense periods where I feel like discontent. I've been away from home for 4 months. I want y'all to think about that. Like, people think I'm down here just vacationing. This hasn't been a vacation. It's been work. We've been grinding from the time we get up to the time we go to bed every day. Even when I was in the UK, it was not easy. I was staying in a monastery, no internet, no television, no place where I'd like to find to even work. And, trying to find a place to stay because all the dates started to fall through. Like, it's been a hard, 3 to 4 month stretch. Not hard. I mean, look, this is the best scenario for me to be quarantined and down here. I'm so blessed. Nicole, Dan, Alicia, everyone in this house is so awesome. But still, I've been away from home for 4 months, and there's been periods where I'm like, I'm resisting. I'm resisting the circumstances. And there's a verse in the Bible. It says, "Those who are led by the Spirit of God are sons of God." So that means you have to let Him lead. You have to let Him lead your life. And sometimes He takes you into places where you're just like, you don't want to be. I'd rather have my own space. That's at sometimes. Not to say it's been bad at all. It's been great here. I'm super blessed. But sometimes you just He'll take you into places where you're like, I want to be married. I don't want to be struggling with my finances or whatever it is. Those are just some of the things where I've been feeling this way at times. And I told Nicole, I was like, I really had a conversation with God about a week and a half ago where I was like, look, change my circumstances, give me the ability to enjoy where I'm at right now, or I'm going to take control. That's what I said to him, because I'm like, look, you got to do one of the above. Like, either change my circumstances, give me the ability to enjoy where I'm at, because I know you can do it, or I'm going to retake control of my life. And I know, not to say things are bad. Things are great. Like, so much stuff is happening. I'm going to tell you about them. But still, sometimes I go through those moments where I'm like, I don't feel like pushing anymore. Like, I've gone through this same period where I'll push myself to, like, I'm redlining, and then I'll just crash, and I'll get depressed, and I'll have to not sleep for a day or whatever, just veg, and then I'll be okay again, and then I'll push. And that's been like a pretty consistent pattern of mine. And I'm like, I really don't know what to do about it, because God's puts you into these places, like He checkmates you, where He gets you into these places where there's really not a whole lot else for you to do besides work on the thing that He wants you to do, which is great in a lot of ways, because it's the thing that you ultimately want. It produces something in your life that makes you deeply fulfilled. But He'll put you in these positions, and And even though it's what you want long term, it ain't always fun in the moment, you know? And sometimes your flesh pushes back against that because you're like, I don't feel like running anymore. I've been running for a long time and I don't want to run anymore. I want to take a break, you know? I want to chill out with my hot wife and a pina colada on the beach, you know? But I'm like, that's not an option right now. So when I read that verse, it was like, or when I heard that verse and I thought about it this morning, I'm like a weaned child. So when you think about a weaned child is not like crying out for its mother's titty. You know what I mean? Like a child that's not weaned is like having a fit. Imagine a kid in a restaurant that's like crying. It's annoying to everybody. It's annoying to the mother. The kid is wearing himself out. And I'm like, that's kind of like I've been like a crybaby because I'm like, give me, like change my circumstances, God, give me milk. And I'm like, he's saying, chill out, bro. Let's just be like a weaned child in my presence, that you're just like content to be with the mother, you know, and quiet your soul. And I'm like, man, that's good. And I thought about it this morning. It's like, I want my circumstances changed, improved. I do. But what I want more is I want to be content, even if the circumstance doesn't change. Because I don't want to be like, the circumstance change and then sooner or later I'll hit another rough patch. That's just the way life goes. And then I'm going to be what? Throwing a fit again? No. Paul says, I learned the secret of being content, whatever the circumstances, whether well-fed or hungry. He might have said in prison or free or whatever. But he basically says, look, I'm content whatever the situation is. That's what I want to figure out. I want to learn how to be that way. And I don't know it yet. I'm better than I used to be because I used to need all kinds of outward stimulation, you know, sex, drugs, alcohol, whatever. I needed all this stuff to make me feel happy and complete. And but there's still times where I'm like, I don't feel like pushing. I don't feel like running. And that was just a verse that God spoke to me. And I thought, wow, you know, that's what I want to be. I want to be like a weaned child where I'm just like, I'm not throwing a fit. You know, I'm not crying. And if I'm well fed or I'm hungry, you know, whether I have milk or I don't, then I'm good. So anyway, I thought that was just a cool thing I wanted to share. So really good stuff we're working on now. I mean, I honestly feel like God has given me the blueprints to do what I've been trying to do for the last, you know, really honestly since 2006. 2006 is when I started promoting Casbah, and I was leading a small group there, reading The Purpose-Driven Life. I had an idea for what City Fam is now way back then. I backslid, and that set me back years, but now, you know, for the most part, City Fam's existed for 5+ years officially, and he's really given me the blueprints to show me exactly how to do what we're trying to do. And now it's just really a matter of doing it. But it took me 20 years to get those blueprints. I mean, I've been following him, you know, not always perfectly, obviously. I was severely backslidden for a few years, but my heart was never far from him. So, you know, essentially I've been following him for 20+ years. And only in like the last 6 months, 8 months, has he really shown me, okay, this is how to do it. This is how to build it. And he's starting to surround me with some incredible people that are very high capacity, like Nicole, like Cami Brecto, Angel Peterson, Alicia, Dan Martinez, just some really amazing people. Lori Lockamy's back involved. Amanda Phillips took over the Baltimore chapter lead. We got people in Dallas that are stepping up. We got chapters that are literally starting all over the country. But that ain't even it. That's it. It is the people. But he's shown me this blueprints, all these things I didn't know before. And he's like, look, this is how to do it. Mindy Slimmer, let me not leave her out. She's amazing. And, you know, it has to do with the book, the Why Waiting Works. But I'm building this funnel. This funnel's almost done. You can go to whywaitingworks.net if you want to get a copy of the book for free. If you don't understand the concept of sex, why I talk about it so much, why anyone in their right mind would try not to have sex, read the book. You can knock it out in maybe 3 hours. Whywaitingworks.net, you get a free copy, you get a bunch of other bonuses too. Anyway, I'm building this funnel. That's where it's at. And when the funnel starts running, things are going to get really fun. Because now, anyone that's found us, all these chapters all over the country, they found us through just organic content. And your organic content only has so much reach. But when you start running ads, I mean, we could literally, if we're ready for it, we could spend thousands of dollars a day on ads. As long as the funnel is making thousands of dollars. If I'm making if I'm spending $1,000 in ads and I'm making $1,000 back and just breaking even, I'm good. I don't need to make money off of it. I just want to get the word out. We've already started a worldwide movement. I want to increase the worldwide movement. I want there to be city fams in every nook and cranny of the world, because everyone needs to have a family to do life with as they become the best version of themselves. No one should be sitting around bored off their ass, lonely, depressed, because they're making right decisions. It's ludicrous, and that's what happens now. And we're going to fix that. So once the ad starts running, things are going to get really exciting, really interesting, really fun. We're going to fix the loneliness epidemic, I believe. I believe we're going to solve the opioid epidemic. I know these are bold claims. I believe that 100%. We're going to fix Christian boredom, because there's too many believers out there that are just bored out of their mind. And yeah, so check it out. The funnel is a huge piece of that, and it's taken me a long time to put it together. It's a lot of moving parts. I'm actually doing a course right now called Unleash the Best You. You can go to Unleash the Best. It's actually not open for registration right now, but I think there's like 17 people going through this course. And I took all the most powerful coaching techniques that I've been taught in the last decade, and I put them into a 6-week online course. And you can talk to people that are going through it, or like Jess Jackson, Vicky McKendry, Willis, Mark Stitchion, Cami Brechto, Mindy Slimmer, but they're having some incredible results. And I will say unapologetically that the course is life-changing if you take it serious. So I'm going to reopen it on July 1st. I'm going to actually I'll reopen the registration next week. The course will start July 1st, but these were the things that I was taught by Lori Lockamy, Pete Kolash, Darren Hardy stuff, Landmark, Gap, all these things that I've kind of compiled. I've taken pieces from everybody and I put them in one course, 6 weeks, and it will help you get clear about your vision, know exactly why you're here on this earth, and then it will help you build a framework around your life so you can actually see those things come to pass. I want you to think about something. 9 years ago, me, Rob Kowalski, I was an old nightclub promoter. I was washed up. I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I was in a dead-end relationship with an ex-stripper. I had an alcohol problem, a drug problem. You know what the worst time of day for me was every day? Was when I woke up. Because I woke up to the reality that I had created for myself, and I hated it. I did not like my life. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I started working with life coaches, which I thought was a waste of time. The first time I drove to meet with Lori, I thought it was a waste. And it changed my freaking life. And that's what I want to do for people, because I got friends out there that are struggling. They ain't doing shit. They're doing the same thing that they were doing 9 years ago when I walked away from the scene. They're doing the same shit. They haven't made any progress. Look at my life. My life is I'm not saying I'm balling, because I'm telling you, I'm being honest. Like, the money hasn't got there yet, but I'm telling you, I see that wave building, and I'm really excited about the things I get to work on. And it will do the same thing for you. Your purpose is different than mine, but you will find it. And once you do, your life will take on new meaning. I promise you. So registration will open next week. Unleash the Best You. You can look at like the website, unleashthebest.com, and you can see a little bit of what we're saying about it. But reach out to, if you're watching and you're taking this course, post a comment and tell people what you think of it. Because I know there's some of you, Mindy Slimmer's watching right now. I think Cami was watching, there's a few others. So just tell people what you think of the course, because I want as many people to go through as possible. It's $97. It's 100% money back guarantee. If at the end of it you don't feel like it was worth your money, I will give you 100% of it back, no questions asked. What else? So the other thing I'm working on is content. So I'm trying to really why City Fam is in the position that we're in now, where people are reaching out and starting up, is because of content. I've been saying this for years. If you've seen any of my videos from years ago, I said the way people are going to find us is I'm going to post content. I'm going to start making videos about this, and then I believe that people are going to find it, because I believe there's people out there, other people like us, and when they do, they're going to reach out and they're going to want to start City Fams, and we're going to help them. And it's exactly what's happening. So now we need to make better content. We need to make content that reaches more people, because when you're getting 200 views, 500 views. I think one of the last videos Nicole and I made, we got like 2,800 views, which was great. But now we need more videos like the 10 Reasons video that gets 1.5 million views, because that video changed our organization. So we need more videos like that. So I'm working on the podcast, which is great. I love it. I'm actually going to interview Lilo Brancato later this week. If you don't know who Lilo Brancato is, he was a child star. I think he was about 16 years old. He played Robert De Niro's son in A Bronx Tale, and a lot of talent. You know, was a rising star, and then he got into drugs, and he hit rock bottom when he was with a guy that ended up killing a police officer when they were kind of caught breaking and entering and trying to get some drugs, and he ended up going to jail for years, and now he's out and he's clean. He's got a great story, so I'm going to be interviewing him. It'll be on probably next Monday. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited that I'm kind of climbing that ladder to get the people of notoriety, because that's really, you know, where I want to be. I want to be talking to people. I believe when Home opens, you know, we're going to have celebrities come in, or they're going to perform, and we're going to interview them while they're there, because we're going to try to get as much out of them as possible. We don't want them just to perform on stage. We're going to have them in a studio. We're going to do a podcast with them. We're going to do an interview with them. We're going to pump out all that content on social media. So guess what? More people find out about CityFam. More people find out about Home. We start more of them, and that's how I believe we're going to really fuel this movement. So I'm excited that we're figuring that out. You know, figuring out how to do more, better content. And then the other thing I want to do is I actually want to do more like videos about, like lifestyle videos about things that people within CityFam would be struggling with, or questions they might have on how to become the best version of yourself, how to overcome loneliness, how to overcome depression, addiction, all those things. So that's the things that we're working on now. Shout out to Cami Brechto, Vicky Osorio, I don't know if I pronounced that right, new girl on the team. Ben, of course, Toppy is crushing it. So things are good, man. Like, God is moving right now in a way I've never seen him move. And I don't know, it's just a testament to a few things. Well, number one, it's a testament to waiting on the Lord. There's so many verses in the Bible that says, wait on the Lord, wait on the Lord. And I believe that was people that actually did it. They waited on the Lord, and then he showed up, and they were like, oh man, this is good. Wow, this is better than I thought. So they say, wait on the Lord. And that's what I did. I believed that he would show up. Even when it didn't make sense, even when it looked like nothing was happening, I continued to wait because I believed that he was faithful. And he's shown up. The other thing it speaks to is delayed gratification. Because when you delay gratification, sooner or later, you get what you want most. Whether it's in your diet, if you stop eating pizza, you start delaying gratification, eating healthy, you lose weight. If you go to the gym, delay gratification, you get into great shape, or save money when you want to spend it, or whatever it is. I've been delaying gratification for a minute, for almost 10 years, working my ass off. And it's starting to come back now. And it's like, honestly, I knew this was big. I knew that CityFam was big. It's bigger. It's bigger than I thought it was. It's better. It fits me better. It's more fulfilling. And that's what God has for each person watching this, is he's got a promised land that he wants to take you to. You're going to have to leave Egypt. You're going to have to go through the wilderness, which isn't going to be fun. It's going to be unfamiliar. It's going to be painful at times. But he's going to take you to a place that's so much better than anything you've even imagined if you trust him. And that's what I'm encouraging everybody to do. So that's it. Keep us in prayer. And we're going to keep grinding. Love you guys. See you.